Example is that the top of a clock tower is observed at angle of elevation of alpha and the foot of the tower is at the distance of d meters from the observer. Draw the diagram for this data. Solution. Let us draw a line diagram for the above situation. Here, let d be the distance foot of the clock tower to the observer, and let alpha be the angle of elevation to the top of clock tower. Example states that Rinky observes a flower on the ground from the balcony of the first floor of a building at an angle of depression beta. The height of the first floor of the building is x meters. Draw the diagram for this data. Solution. Given that height of first floor of the building as x meters, given that beta is the angle of depression from where Rinky observes a flower on the ground. Now, draw a line diagram such that CB represents ground, AB as height of the first floor of building, and beta as angle of depression. Thus, from figure, we observe that angle DAC is equal to angle ACB is equal to beta, since here the angle of elevation is equal to angle of depression floating in the air. A person has observed the balloon from the top of the building at angle of elevation of theta 1 and foot of the rope at an angle of depression of theta 2. The height of the building is h feet. Draw the diagram for this data. Solution. Given that angle of elevation theta 1 is an angle when person observes the balloon from the top of building, and theta 2 be the angle of depression from the observer to foot of the rope. Given that h is the height of the building, that is AB equal to h meters. Now, draw a line diagram as shown on screen such that AC is the height of the balloon, DE is the height of the building, and theta 1 and theta 2 be the angle of elevation and angle of depression respectively. From figure, observe that angle BDA is equal to angle DAE, since angle of depression is equal to angle of elevation. Example. A person is flying a kite at an angle of elevation alpha and the length of thread from his hand to kite is L. Draw a diagram representing this situation geometrically. Solution. Initially, we shall draw a line diagram for the given problem. Draw a horizontal line AB where A is the position of the person flying the kite. Let C be the position of the kite. Then AC is the length of the thread, which is equal to L. Given angle of elevation is alpha, so that is angle CAB is equal to alpha. The diagram representing the above mentioned situation in the problem is shown on screen. A person observes two banks of a river at angles of depression theta 1 and theta 2. Theta 1 less than theta 2 from the top of a tree of height h, which is at a side of the river. The width of the river is d. Solution. Given that theta 1 and theta 2 are the angle of depressions from the top of a tree to the two banks of river with theta 1 less than theta 2, and also given that d as the width of the river, h as the height of the tree, the diagram representing the above mentioned situation is as shown on screen.